The information, opinions, and recommendations presented in this podcast are for general information only, and any reference on the information provided in this podcast is done at your own risk. This podcast should not be considered professional advice whatsoever. The third-party materials or content of any third-party site referenced in this podcast do not necessarily reflect the opinions, standards, or policies of the owner. In other words, just have a fucking sense of humor, will you? And enjoy.
Now you listen to me, you sick son of a bitch.
Wowee. Bit of onset autism, maybe.
Onset autism.
I don't know, something's happening there.
I'm just playing with the levels, mate. Just going up and down, sliding from bottom to high. That's the way to do it. That's what, as an actor, that's how we, singer, songwriter, that's how we do
Comedian.
things. That's how we do things.
Like you've run out. I think they're going to run out of slashes for the amount of different tasks that or ventures that you have in your life, Omar.
I think so. They're running out of them already. I'm just trying to find new ones. And
like your LinkedIn thing must be ridiculous.
Oh, it is. It's ridiculously stupid. But I tried to update it the other day, and there's no point. There's just no point because people are looking at it going, dude, you don't do all this shit. You're a liar.
I think, I'll be honest about I was going to put this in the rant, but I think LinkedIn is a dick slap fest, isn't it?
Oh,
it's
totally
just people bragging about, oh, well, I did the KPR and blah, blah, blah. Who gives a shit? It's like boring Facebook.
It is. It's totally
anyway,
boring.
Episode
shits and gigs.
15.
Episode 15, Shits and Gigs have got a LinkedIn page. Go and follow that. Episode 15.
Yeah, you know what's significant about the number 15, Omar?
No idea. Go on.
It just so happens to be the age that Prince Andrew likes his victims.
Bit too soon, isn't it?
Well, we'll find out soon. He's going to go to court.
Yeah, he needs to go to court. That's ridiculous. 15, really? That's a bit old, isn't it? That's a bit old for him.
Maybe for his buddy Epstein. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, anyways, 15, and sorry for that pedophilia type stuff there. But anyway, it happens. It's the world. It's what goes on. But welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to episode 15. It is number 15. This is huge. Welcome back, Noel. Noel Faulkner over there to
Omar
my
Sopke.
left, to your right.
To my right.
Omar Sopke over here. And then over there is you guys. I'm not pointing to our camera guy. We don't have him. He's been fired. They've all been fired. We haven't got a team anymore. We've actually had quite a few of them come back to us and say, hey, like, guys, you guys are coming out of lockdown in a couple of days, which we are. Would you guys need us back? And unfortunately, I just go, no. Well, I think we've found a better way of doing it for now. So.
If we're going to be 100% truthful, we kind of used the old Jeremy Rona as an excuse to get rid of him, but that wasn't actually the truth. The truth was they were trying to start a union, so we had to get rid of him. That was it.
Yeah, that's right. That makes perfect sense. Yeah. We were starting a union.
That's right.
But that's okay. They'll be back soon when we get back into the studio and doing things. But that's that, and that's then. So we're stuck here doing our thing. But thank you, everyone, for coming back. Thanks for liking everything. Thanks for going to the videos. Thank you for that. It's been a while. We're back. Thank you for liking the coronavirus episodes. Thanks for coming to those. I think we're doing one more of those. Is that right? No,
I think we'll just wrap up maybe what we learned about ourselves and society. You know, we're going to be moving out of level 4 into level 3, so I think we just finish it up with one more little one. Have a little fun, look at some memes, all that good stuff.
Totally, I'm 100% down with that. So yeah, we'll be doing that. So thank you very much for the support, guys. Thank you very much. And there we go. There's a welcome. How's it all going? I'm going fine. Noel, how was your week? How has everything been? How was your 2 weeks? What's been going on? Tell us. Fill us in. How's your ankles?
I'll be honest with you, actually. Not so much this week, but the week 3, I was pretty unproductive. Really, I had a bit of a mood, bit of a depression.
That's a very good segue. Very good segue. You were having a bad mood. You're in a bad mood, a bit bad state of mind. I've actually had a very productive week, 2 weeks, and I've been actually in a very good mood.
What's been going on, mate?
Well, as you said, LinkedIn, I'm keeping nice and busy, as you should be in this time of need.
Slapping dicks.
So that's what I've been doing. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I've been doing. I've been also training really hard with Chris Hemsworth. He's been there. He's been training me. He's been helping me. So I've been smashing goals in his app. And there's been 3 weeks of that intensity. It's been fucking fantastic. So I've been loving that.
And now that we go back, is this app going to continue to be free, or will it be charging after that?
No, you'll be charged. I think think it's about $150 a year. I think that's how much it is.
Oh, geez, that's quite expensive.
That's not too bad, but that's cheaper than a gym if you work it out.
That's true.
It's cheaper than a gym, and you don't actually have to have equipment. You can buy equipment, but you don't need it.
Yeah, but also, and again, I had a little rant about LinkedIn. This was we usually rant at the end of the show. I have a quick one now about how come everybody all of a sudden is a gym instructor? Everyone's posing, you know what I mean? Like, you're taking away jobs from real gym instructors. So nobody wants to, like, everybody knows how to do a push-up or a burpee or whatever you're doing. Like, drives me crazy. Next person on my Facebook to post a bloody workout video is getting deleted.
That's a threat. And yeah, it's all those challenges as well, how people are saying you have to do this for mental health, do your push-ups, do 25 push-ups. And you're doing it for like a whole month. So every day I'm watching fat people do 25 push-ups. Some of them are getting better. Some of them I can start, like at the very beginning, I saw some people doing the push-ups. And I'm like, dude, you're on your knees. Get off your knees.
Yeah, I don't see the point. Like, if someone does it, that's fine. I just don't see the point in posting it. Like, why? I'm not watching it going, wow, what a legend doing a push-up.
Yeah.
Jeez,
I think out of this, we're going to... That's going to be one of the things. Do you remember those days when we were stuck with the coronavirus? We had nothing to do for a month, and everyone was just posting
workout
videos. Everyone was just doing push-ups.
Challenges.
No one... Challenges. Like, there's so many challenges that are going around. Have you seen that one where people are drinking beer and eating 2 eggs? So they skull back like half a yardie, and before they have the yardie, they have 2 eggs.
What, were they making beer batter and then they eat the fish? How does it work?
No, it works. They get 2 raw eggs, eat them both raw with the shell on, and then they have a drink of beer, which is half a yardie. And it is just like, I'm like, are you guys bored out of your mind? This is ridiculous. Like, you could be learning, you could educate yourself, but no, you have to eat. You got to nominate someone. You got to eat 2 eggs. And then you got to drink booze. And some people are doing this at 11 o'clock in the morning because they're having eggs for breakfast. And I'm like, what are you doing for the rest of the day? Sleeping?
But because people are running
out
of
ideas. If I drink in the morning,
though.
I'm out. Everyone's running out of ideas. No one knows what the hell's going on.
Next is going to be like the trim your nails challenge or the do the vacuuming challenge. It's like stupid like that.
Funny that you should mention that. There are people that are trimming their nails and posting it. I've seen people and I'm like, congratulations. Do I need to know this?
Jesus. Oh my God.
So look, this is it. Here's the swing. They've been doing that. I've been getting smarter. I've been getting leaner, and I've been working a lot on my relationship as well. So it's been really good. I've actually, the last couple of weeks, I think you should do this, Knowles. You should actually, instead of, when you're in those moments of down, you should start to reflect inwards and start to get into yourself and start to realize of how big a prick you are and how much of a fucking idiot you are as well. That's what I was doing, and it's actually
are you talking
very
about me
uplifting.
Specifically, or
well, maybe.
But I've accepted those as my what are they called? My traits.
Flaws.
No.
Your traits. Yeah, that's you.
But that's what makes me an individual.
Exactly.
People tell you to be yourself, and then they don't like things about you.
And I hate it. But that's the thing. That's what I've started to notice. I've started to go a little bit more in and start to realize, wow, I'm actually just a bag of shit. I'm just a walking contradiction. I'm just a moody prick. I'm chasing all these things for what? And then I start to realize that, at the end of the day, when you're feeling very low and you're in that sort of, you feel like you're stuck in the mud and you don't know what is going on. You're confused with your life. You're confused with what you're doing. We're stuck in this all together, in this coronavirus stuff. But then even outside of this, it's time for reflection. All you have to do is just go, you know what? But at the end of the day, I'm going to die. So it doesn't really matter me being in this state right now. So let's just do whatever we can. So I've been going inwards. I've been finding how much of a prick I am. And how much of an idiot I am, and just accepting it, just going with that, and when we come out of this, be a better person,
Learn to love yourself, mate. That's all.
Learn to love, yeah. And then when you fully learn about yourself and you start to love yourself, then you can start loving others. So just take your time. This is a long-term thing. I could be 80 years old and I start to go, you know what? I'm ready to love someone now. So let me just get a young little bird at 23. Oh, but it's been good, mate. It's been really good. And
so
also,
what's the main thing that you've learned about yourself then that you felt like, right, I've turned a corner now. That's a mistake I've been repeatedly making. I'm moving on.
Perfect. So the one thing that I've made a lot of notes. I've also done like a bit of a mind map here. I've also done like here's Omar. Who is Omar is the title.
You should write a book.
You could. I definitely could write a book about myself, and then I'll sell them to everybody else. Narcissist.
Oh dear.
So I've learned some really interesting things. The biggest one here, number one, has to be that I'm an over-exaggerator. So this is really good for me to know that. So every time I'm talking about exactly. Never. There we go. You have just confirmed it. Everyone's confirmed. I told my mum the other day I'm an over-exaggerator. She goes,
You're over-exaggerating.
Like, yeah, you're over-exaggerating. You're over-exaggerating.
Well, that would be a good title of your book, The Diary of a Narcissist.
Oh, brilliant. That would sell a lot, wouldn't it, in this day and age? That would sell a lot because or it should be a question. Yeah, no, I think that's a good one. Or are you a narcissist?
Of self-reflection whilst looking in the mirror.
Yeah, while looking in the mirror. Oh, that sounds like a Michael Jackson clip video song. But no, so that's been one of the big ones. There's quite a few other bits and pieces, which is a personal growth. But then, of course, it is all about, just opening up and sharing. So that was one of them. Another one. Yeah, I mean, that's one. And also just
the
other
I think
version
you're good
of
at sharing, mate. You shared all the story about the Egyptian toadstool and things like that.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, that's looking better, yeah.
Yeah.
But I've also started to do these other things. Like I did I've started to I've also been it's just been about self-awareness and just watching myself a lot more. So there's been when you're doing something, I start to question why I'm doing it all the time. So everything becomes a question. So I have been doing this thing, which I thought at the very beginning of this would be fun, which is, Zooming with friends.
Yeah.
So I've been talking to my friends that I haven't spoken to before this whole crisis, and everybody's all excited. They're like, oh, we get to stay at home, drink booze, and do Zooms and talk to friends. So I got quite excited, and I've been doing a little bit of these Zooms last week. But then I started to go, you know what? I fucking hate these. Why? Because I'm still talking to my friends, and they're fucking idiots. I don't want to be talking to my friends, and I've got an opportunity to go into my head, go into explore other things, be with my fiance and learn and grow, and then I'm trying to talk to people. So I was sitting there talking to my friends, and everyone's like, oh yeah, what have you been doing? Everyone's got the same thing. Been playing poker, been playing PlayStation, doing this, doing that, been drinking booze, having eggs at 11 o'clock in the morning with the booze, all this sort of stuff. And I'm going, yeah, but you're still a fucking asshole. And then I just leave. I get out of it. So I've stopped doing the Zooms.
They're not doing enough self-reflection like you, are they?
No, they're not. They're not. They're not. They're not as good as me, Noel. They're not as good as me.
People, how dare they? Those narcissists.
That's nuts. They're stupid. I'm going to go on a rampage. I'm going to go around telling everyone that they need to self-reflect or die.
Oh, crumbs. Well, I'd hate to try and move away from you there, but it's time to get on with a little bit of the rest of the show.
Oh, that's right. Let's move into that then. Yeah,
20 minutes self-monologue.
Yeah, let's go. So, but apart from that, Noel, everything's been great. Now, so let's go to the next stage of it. We've got a new segment for the show as well, which we'll get into a bit later on. But first of all, we have to go to the main bit because this is the reason behind all of this, of course, is the ad copy.
Yeah, unfortunately, not a lot of ad copy, bit on the side still. The problem we
there,
have
really.
with bit on the side, and this is where we were helping them out, is they're not improvising enough. They're not adapting to the situation. They're like, oh, what are we going to do? No one needs a mall centre because everyone's going to get the Rona. They weren't doing enough improvisation to get them for the situation. So just one little suggestion here. Need a live streamer to stream your grandma's funeral. See, if they were thinking of stuff like that, money. And then we'd be sponsored. Why are we doing their work for them?
I don't know. Maybe we should say that to them. Maybe we should give them a few...
We'll send them some pointers.
Business ideas.
Some ideas,
I think this is... I've noticed from the podcast recently, Noel, you've come up with some really... You've been thinking.
That's right.
You have been.
I've had all this time to think.
A lot.
Yeah, come up with ingenious ideas about our transport industry and
totally
ways to spend the time, advent calendars for the lockdown.
Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah, those plane things where each plane was a different food country. Was that it?
Yeah, like a food court, like a you go to those pop-up markets. Each plane is a different Mexican ones, Italian planes. Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Maybe not have
each
a Chinese
plane
one. Not right now.
No, definitely not, because we won't have any. And they should represent the actual airlines, so like Air America or American Airlines.
Hot dogs and burgers.
Hot dogs, burgers, Shake Shack, McDonald's, and then you go to Air India and they've got like a curry.
Yeah, but that's brilliant, mate. Naan, bread, vindaloo's, butter chicken.
It is nice, yeah.
Dal, ooh,
dal, yeah.
You know what I'm missing the most actually out of all this non-takeaways is curries. Damn, I love.
Yeah, well, that's
curry.
it. but we get to have takeaways on Tuesday. So from Tuesday onwards, I'm only eating takeaway for the whole week.
Dude, it's going to take you a week to get there. Although you're better off. What you're doing is a lot of places like Pizza Hut and KFC. They're spot hiring heaps of freelance drivers, so they're going to do a lot more delivering. So you'll be able to get KFC delivered.
And all these people that are boycotting, they're boycotting like Uber Eats and things like that. I had a girl because I said, because they're big major companies and they're taking money off the smaller people.
Oh, so if you mean like if a local takeaway had a little their young son jumps on a scooter and hoons about and drops it off. Oh yeah, fair enough.
So it makes sense.
Capitalism, baby.
Basically, capitalism with capitulation. So that's exactly what's going on here. That's what they're trying to do, and this is great that we're talking. See, this is what we should be telling. Bit on the side. Bit on the side. They should be stop doing events. They should start doing delivery services for food.
Yes, right. Why can't they dress up as Santa and deliver some cupcakes or chocolate?
Just totally do something with your life. Fund this show more.
That's right. Well, send us some ideas.
So this is the whole grandma's funeral thing. That's a great idea. We'll send them an email after this.
Yeah.
I thought we did have another sponsor. We've had a few sponsors talk to us, but they're usually supplements. Like I've got this little thing here now you can't see, but it's a supplement store.
Yeah,
so
I can see it.
I've got that. But I didn't tell you about this because they only gave us a small range of free supplements.
I don't care about the supplements. I just want their money. So.
Oh, there we go. Well, sorry, they didn't give us the money. They only gave us supplements. So I'm using it. So it's all me.
Okay,
so
sweet.
That's how I'm losing weight. I'm taking testosterone boosters, also T3 stuff for your thyroid, boosting the shit out of that. I'm also taking some stress repellents, which is called CordRx. There's all this sort of stuff I'm taking. I feel, sometimes I feel like I'm going to blow up. But that's part of the whole, the whole supplement industry. So there we go, supplement there. So
sounds good. Anyway, I'm not going to diss our sponsor. So maybe,
maybe
we should move on.
Let's move on. And so let's go into the bit, which is always in the middle. It's called the middle bit. Middle bit, welcome. Here we go. It feels nice to be in the middle bit.
Do the voice. I like the voice.
The middle bit.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know. I haven't got too much to talk about here.
I want to talk about this because we've been talking a little bit about Jeremy Renner's divorce a little while ago.
Jeremy Renner. I wish we had it. Play it now. There you
go. It's in there. Yeah, nice work. Nice work, Geraldo. We did keep Geraldo, by the way. Okay, so
Did we?
Jeremy Renner. Unfortunately, he was moaning that he had to pay $30,000 in child support because of the Rona. And it took away his way to make money. Not his behaviour and his cocaine addiction or alcoholism or biting children. It was
biting children.
It was all to do with coronavirus because he is a victim too.
Can I please just quickly before we go into that? Every time you say this, it makes me laugh, and I wish it was the truth, but it's not. So I'm just correcting you, checking. He didn't bite a fucking kid. The kid bit him.
Oh, well, that's all. I swear to God, you said that he bit a kid.
No.
We're gonna have to archive that episode and find it.
Yeah. While you're talking about this, I'm going to just have a look, because I swear to God, it's not him biting kids. He wouldn't bite his kid. I think his kid bit him, or his wife or something. So please, continue on what you're talking about. So we're talking about Jeremy Renner.
The record is straight.
Leading on to that.
We'll find out who's doing the biting shortly. Anyway, so he has to pay all his child support. He's mad. He's getting divorced. But sometimes it can go both ways, because Adele is now getting a divorce from her husband.
Who?
Everybody knows famous singer Adele. Sings lovely, wrote songs about being heartbroken, and people love it. People love her music, but unfortunately, she's getting a divorce, and he could get up to $140 million of her. He's basically like some charity worker. He's not like a big celebrity like she is. They don't have any kids, but because they got married in California, basically he's going to be entitled to half of her money, which is a whopping
Jesus Christ,
$140 million.
So this guy here, he's a nobody, is he? Look at him. He looks like a nobody. How do these celebrities meet nobodies? This is the thing.
I imagine they met at a charity event. He said, "Oh, what a nice man! He's doing stuff for charity and all this."
But he doesn't look nice at all. Look at that cheap little grin. He reminds me of like Tony Robbins.
Nice. I mean, she's not exactly Elle Macpherson, although she's looking good these days. She's looking good.
She is. I was going to say she looks trimmer today. Look at that.
But I think, tragically, although this is a lot of people saying this isn't equality at work, well, it kind of is. I think what we're going to do is we're going to benefit from this in the end, because she's going to release another album of heartbroken songs. Because nobody likes it. Like, remember when Taylor Swift released an album? She was all happy and like settled down. And everyone's like, "This sucks." You know what I mean? Like, you can't make a good like Adele song unless you're miserable. That's what
Totally.
So
that's right.
Her misery is going to bring lots of joy to everybody else. And also to him, because he's going to get $140 million. Thank you.
There we go. So, and let me just go on the tweet here. So his name is, where is it? Simon Konecki. Oh, that's such a Jewish name. Konecki. You know, he's a Jew. He works in charity. Oh my God. I don't believe you fell for that, Adele.
Don't be silly.
He's
Jews
a
don't work
Jew.
for charities.
No, they don't. And if they do, they shouldn't be. They do it. They run the whole thing. He is running a massive scam. Judge reportedly rules for Adele to pay her ex-husband of 3 years. Of course, that's the magic 3 for the Jews.
Ooh, yeah.
Over $140 million in nasty divorce settlement. But the funny thing is, she is worth roughly around $190 million. She's only going to be left.
He's going to get
with
half of that.
$50 million.
So
you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon he'll get about $90 million and she'll keep like $100 million or something like that. It's
but
a lot of money.
That's the thing. That's a lot of money, and they say worth. They say the whole thing about she's roughly worth around roughly
all her castles and houses and cars and everything like that as well.
Could be. It could be assets held up, but then of course we're not looking at cash. If she was smart enough, and a lot of these artists should be, and if they don't, they should come to me.
Yeah,
but they should really be putting their money in Bitcoin. Go on.
No, but in a divorce settlement, right? If say Jeremy Renner gets divorced from his house, his net worth is
Jeremy Renner.
Let's say it's $100 million, right? And he only has $20 million in the bank, but he's got $80 million worth of like stuff. He has to then sell like another $30 million worth to be able to give her the 50. You can't just keep, but that's a car or that's a house. You then have to sell off assets to be able to pay that bill.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember one time 50 Cent did this. Do you remember that when 50 Cent was getting
he did
sued?
that on purpose.
Yeah, he was bankrupt. He went bankrupt because everything was held up in other businesses, but he couldn't do that. He did it very smart. He's a very smart man, Mr. 50 Cent.
He wore like a rubber G-Shock watch to court and like a cheap ass suit. He's just like playing the game hard.
Yeah, but he had so much money. That's when he was making effing vodka,
and he had the supplement drink.
Yeah, so the booze thing.
No, that was the mineral water stuff. What was it called? Everybody used to drink it. Oh God, what's it called?
Was it effing? I remember effing vodka. I can't remember. But it says here 50 Cent discharged from bankruptcy after. So he paid off the $22 million of debt. It took him over 5 years to do so because he's got more than that.
But that's one of his. That was that company. So that company, okay. He didn't go. He personally didn't go bankrupt. It was that particular company. He's got assets in all, all types of avenues. You know, that was just one of his companies. And to play the game, you have to kind of like, but I don't have any money in anything else. But you can just put stuff under other people's names, all that stuff. Anyway,
yeah, you can just sell stuff and keep shares. And also, there's a nice little tweet here saying, "When men suffer," this is from Chukwama. Don't even know who the hell that is. When men suffer this, everybody will keep quiet. Now Adele has to pay $140 million to her ex-husband, and feminists want to talk. Yes, dear feminists, this is what equality looks like. It's not all rainbows and unicorns. Deal with it in capitals. So it makes sense. And sorry, gents, but the answer is no for the several reasons. And there's all this other bits and pieces. Now they're trying to. Firstly, a lot of people online are making comparisons between Adele's situation with Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, his thing, which was quite the same thing. So okay, interesting. Well, that's quite nice. Let me stream some Adele, so my king gets more money. Interesting. That's someone saying that.
Wow, anyway. that's oh my goodness. Anyway, all this Adele stuff will segue nicely when we get to the end of the show into our hypothetical question. So
can't wait to see that nice little wrap up there. Let me just. Moving on to quickly, while you were talking about this, and I was actually in depth of researching things while we're talking. That's why I was so silent through all of that.
Okay.
Jeremy Renner's ex-wife accuses him of biting their daughter. So you're right, Noel. He was biting his daughter. I just had to fact check that.
I thought that was correct.
To fact check that.
Yeah, because I think it would be a non-story if like an infant bit somebody. That happens all the time.
If my kid bit me, I'm going straight to the newspaper articles about that.
I'm going to sue the shit out of that kid.
That's right, Mahmood. You're getting sued for biting me. Don't bite me again.
Is that what we're going to call him? Mini Mahmood?
Mini Mahmood. I would like that, but my partner does not like. She doesn't want to ball of it. She does not want to be calling it Mahmood. I'm like, come on, Mahmood. Or
she just wants to be able to travel easier.
Yeah, no, but come on. Nowadays, if his name was like Willy Woo or something like that, he wouldn't be able to, but now Mahmoud's fine, you know? The terrorists, they're not terrorists anymore. The only terrorists are the home terrorists that are beating their wives. Those ones.
Well, I never said anything about terrorists. You suggested that.
Well, my name is Omar.
Right,
Jeremy
also
Renner.
there was a Bondi terrorist. Is that correct?
Oh, yes. Okay, here's some other news. Let's go into the first article here, which is for a guy in Bondi. As you all know, I used to live in Bondi in Sydney, Australia.
Let me have a look at this.
There is a man here, right here. He was arrested. The article is Double Bay Today, which is Double Bay in Australia. They came out with the article, which the photo is ridiculous. Man arrested at Bondi for wearing budgie smugglers?
Budgie smugglers.
Budgie smugglers, of course. Stupid. I understand. Dumb. Dmitry Muskov. So he's a famous guy. Well, not famous, but he's always in Bondi. Like whenever you go down
famous,
there.
Yeah?
He's Bondi famous, but whenever he's always got those little short things on. And on the back of it, it says Bondi. You see him all the time. Even when it's winter, even when it's raining, he's always at the jungle gym, which is right near Bondi Beach. And it's where all of these guys on steroids and look like this. That guy's like 58 or something.
He looks pretty good, man. I'll tell you that. He's in shape.
It's steroids. They're all Russians or Serbians, and they're pretty much the steroid ring. So if you go to those gyms on Bondi Beach, you can go to any of them. Dmitry Nagovk. And you can ask these guys and say, hey, look, I need to get some steroids. They'll give it to you right there and then. It's a steroid ring. Honestly. So he's world famous in Bondi. And he got arrested for wearing those. But I don't think that's it. And look what he said. He goes, fuck off, you dirty pigs. I can wear whatever I want. He never said that. He never said that. This is the funny thing.
I wish he did. I wish this was the true part.
This is the thing. I wish that as well. But the funny thing is, so what he would have done, this is an article in Australia, Double Bay, which is a suburb right next door to Bondi.
Yeah.
So what they would have done is Double Bay would have come to him and said, hey, look, see, this is us breaking the truth here. So they would have come to him and said, look, we heard that you got arrested. Why'd you get arrested? And he would have said this. So this is his article of what he thought. It's got nothing to do with this, but he is an over-exaggerator.
And he is
Russian.
Like The Onion or something like that? Like how it's kind of like fake kind of headlines on real news stories? You know The Onion?
Totally.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it. Onion. That's right. So it could be... No, Double Bay is not like that. Double Bay is actually a suburb. So
okay.
So it's actually a suburb, but
Where
they would have come
current
to him.
affairs matters is their tagline.
Yeah, it's so stupid. So 2 police officers basically have been staged a dramatic arrest for a man for wearing these red things.
Oh, he looks all slippy as well.
Yeah, it was rape. Get your hand off my penis. So he's well known in Bondi, but the kind of behavior is completely upset. See, this is all him. He's now 54 years old. He should have quit wearing these budgie smugglers many years ago, but eventually he was led away in handcuffs and taken to Waverley Police Station, where he was fined $1,000. But if you go to the Yahoo article, so this is another article done by Yahoo News. It's completely different because he was swimming at the beach, and he would refuse.
Banned at the moment.
Exactly. You should not be swimming. You should be quarantined. You should not be doing any of that. So it was dramatic coronavirus arrests. So it's like, so he wasn't doing the social distancing. He was in that restricted area, and he was, push-ups, and he went for a swim. And then the video is ridiculous. He got cut up. He's got things, and he's one of those guys. He'll make a massive fuss about things.
I don't know what the rules are around wearing those in Sydney. Do you get a lot of shit? Because I don't think that would fly in New Zealand. You don't see people wearing that shit. You'd get shamed.
You would get shamed, but no, in Sydney there's a lot of that. People, they're not scared to wear that sort of outfit.
A lot of Europeans.
It's all Europeans, but then also Sydney people. They just love to be nude, and they're just so especially in Bondi. There was that whole side of it where people would just go around flashing themselves, and you see a lot of naked, tits on the beach and stuff like that. Then you'll see all these people with cameras trying to take photos. It's such a dirty place. But no, you would see a lot of people in those budgie smugglers, and yeah, even I would wear them as well sometimes. When I was feeling good and I was taking some testosterone and tea from the supplement store right here. So there we go, nice little pitch there.
So did he get in trouble? Is he going to get charged? Did he get one of those fines that they get?
Yeah, he got a $1,000 fine. He got $1,000, and that's the funny thing. You get a $1,000 fine if you break quarantine or if you go for a swim in public places. So for him to just wear those red fucking underwear, you're not going to get a fine for that. You're not going to get a $1,000 fine. It's funny how that's the same fine. It's ridiculous. The fucking newspaper articles, get your shit right, mate.
Oh dear. Oh well, I hope he's okay. But I don't know if I agree with it with the smugglers. Anyway, I'm going to move on to something a little bit more fun here. Have you seen all those videos? Yeah, of like because everybody. Everyone's in lockdown, so all the nature is coming back into areas. There's bloody lions sleeping on the road, and like bloody mongoose walking down the street, and bears fighting in people's driveway in Canada. Yeah, things like that. But then also a lot of other weird things. A lot of animal places are being kind of unattended, and luckily for us, a new animal has been made out of these strange times, and it's called a zonkey.
A zonkey?
That's right. It is a half zebra and a half donkey.
Really?
Yeah. Have a look at it. It's kind of cute, actually. So it's like kind of got like a donkey top on it, and then the legs are like stripy, like the zebra. So look at that. New animals have been made. But before you know it, it'll be on the wet market, chopped up, ready to eat.
Look at it. So it's basically, it just looks to me, if I was that zebra, because his mum is in front, of course, in that photo, you've got the one which has got the defined zebra crossing.
Yeah.
And then you have the other one which sort of looks a little bit faded. Is it actually a zebra donkey?
Yeah, it's a zonkey. It's a new animal.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah. What zoo is this at? Oh no!
I can't even say that word.
Chilulu National Park.
It's in Kenya.
It's in Kenya.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
to me, it's sort of got some elements of human, like the way that its head's. Maybe, yeah, I don't know.
It's not a human. Oh, dear.
It's not a human, but maybe his mother had sex with a human or something. I don't know. There's something about it which makes me look like it is, and especially like in where is it? Where's this place? It's in Kenya. Yeah, a lot of those people that look after the animals there, they usually do have sex with the animals.
But this is what happens. These are animals that are usually, if everything was normal, we didn't have humans shipping them all around the bloody world, then they wouldn't crossbreed. And it's some more examples of you've heard of it. You've heard of a liger, which is a half lion, half tiger.
Yeah,
they're pretty cool. Here's another one here. This one's called a wolfen. So it's a half whale, half dolphin.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
These are real.
Shit.
These are real. Okay, and guess what a grizzly bear plus a polar bear is called?
Grapolo.
Close. It's called a growler bear.
Oh, growler bear. That's a great name. That would be my online name. If I would PlayStation name and I need something else, that would be it. That's a great name. Well, you might want
this one. This one's good. A domestic cow and an American bison crossed together is called a beefalo.
Ooh, that's great. That's a great firstborn name. That's a good name. Beethalope.
Yeah, well, you can make up whatever you want. Maybe if you should crossbreed your own animal. You get two animals that never breed, make your own one, and that's how you get. It's kind of like making your rapping name, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. Like, what about like a spider and a man?
Man spider? That'll never work.
That'll be great. Okay, that's interesting. And you're right about all those animals coming back into the... I've heard a lot about that. Like, even in Florida, you're starting to get all these, like, cheetahs and shit going into...
bloody rhinos walking down the street.
Yeah. Yeah, and also that that crocodile story that we talked about a couple of weeks ago about that guy that came out and there was no crocodiles around there. That was outside his house in the middle of the city. So he just walked out with coronavirus to have a cigarette, and this fucking crocodile just ate him.
Was that in Florida? It wasn't Florida.
No, that was in Africa somewhere.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, yeah, no, they're bloody everywhere in Africa, mate.
They're also everywhere in like Miami and stuff. Aren't they? Like if you go out in the middle of not in Miami, but if you go out of Florida a little bit, they've got heaps of like crocodiles and shit like that. But then you've also got like in Brooklyn, they're getting massive like cheetahs and what were those other animals? Bears like walking around in your backyard.
Deer,
like Tony Soprano.
Yeah,
deer. Like this is like Tony Soprano. When he had that bear attack when Carmela got attacked by that bear. And then
that's right. Yeah.
Junior was like, "Oh my, that was Corona days, mate. That was back then." Okay, let's move on to is Kim dead? Is this Kim Kardashian?
Unfortunately, no, it's not, Omar.
Damn it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this is one of your favorite fascist... This is one of your favorite fascist dictators, Kim Jong-un.
Oh, really?
Is he dead?
Oh, yes.
Rumors have been circulating that the North Korea dictator has been missing for weeks and could possibly be dead, following that he had went in for a heart surgery on April the 12th, and no one's seen him since. So this could be the end of Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, there's no information about... I read something the other day, and then you've also got his sister could be the successor But there's another 2 family members first, so I don't think it will be a female.
I don't know.
I would like it to. But then also they said something about his train was spotted somewhere.
I don't know what that means. Oh, look, his train spotted. It's like, oh, I've seen look, there's a mushroom over there. What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. Does he only take the train? Has he not heard of cars?
It seems that way. It seems here. It says Kim Jong-il's mystery grows on reports of train. Medical team. So something about a train. I think maybe he's got corona. Who knows? So it goes, speculation about Kim Jong-il's health intensifies over the weekend after tranquilizing yet unverified, here we go, reports about a visit by a Chinese medical team and movements of North Korea leaders' armored train. So something's going on here. Something is going on here.
Especially if your best move is to call Chinese doctors.
Yeah, great move, mate. Great move.
And this gave me a good movie idea actually, because you know how it's Kim Jong Un. You could have so Kim Jong dash UN, and then I reckon have another dash dead. Kim Jong Undead. So it's like a zombie movie. Zombie Kim Jong-un comes out of the grave and he's like, rah, infecting all his like diplomatic people and stuff like that. Great movie idea. Kim Jong-un dead.
And then their mission is to go and kill Seth Rogen.
and James Franco. I love it. It's perfect.
It makes sense. And they should do that as a sequel. Yeah. That would be amazing for them. Get Sony back on board. Let's do this. Oh, see, look, we're thinking here. This is what the show's about. It's spitballing and coming up with ideas and just following trends. And right now we've just made it like, oh, this could be a blockbuster hit. Move out the way, cats. Look at this.
Kim Jong-un dead is a guaranteed blockbuster.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Now we're thinking. Now we're moving on.
Okay, this is a little story about so Disney Plus. They've been caught out a few times, sort of like because they've been censoring their old flicks because some of them are a bit dated and they maybe have a few jokes or a few characters that are kind of out of date with today's culture and they don't really work anymore. Or maybe they're trying to make it a bit more safe for kids and stuff like that. So basically, what happened is, do you remember the film called Splash? And it was like about a mermaid. It's from like 1984. It's a very old film. I remember it. But
1984. No, I don't. Oh, Ron Howard directed it with Tom Hanks. Okay. Oh, yes, I do remember this.
Daryl Hannah.
Yeah.
And so basically, what happened is that it's on the it's a Disney film, so it's on the Disney Plus, and so they didn't want to show porn star Daryl Hannah's naked bottom, so they thought, we probably shouldn't do this, and this is the part that I don't agree with. Maybe it's not a good idea if it's a kids movie to show a naked bottom. What I do disagree with is how they did it. Look at the photos. Go down and look at the photo of look at this shit.
No.
Looks like this is Disney, and it looks like somebody did it in Microsoft Paint, a multi-million-dollar, like huge movie company, and that's the best you can do. I think I could do better than that, honestly. But pathetic.
So they just added a hairy back?
No, I don't know. It doesn't even look like hair. It just looks like someone's got a Microsoft or a Photoshop copy and paste tool, and they've gone for it frame by frame with a bit of hair. It looks like she's got a hairy ass. It looks like
I'm not impressed with that.
It looks like the Patterson Gilman film with the Sasquatch walking away with the hairy.
That's what it looks like, especially in one of the photos here where she's diving into the water.
Yeah,
it just looks like her hair is extended and she's got like a quilt or a cape of her own hair, but it looks like it's coming from the bottom.
It's like, I just can't believe that that's Disney and that's the best they can do.
See, if that was in Dubai, they would delete that. If it was in that's so weird. And also the other photos as well. Nothing to see here. There's a photo of her towards the famous landmark.
They scared that she looks like Cousin It. Oh Jesus!
It's ridiculous. It's just weird. So the photo here is like all the censor ones. It looks like they're sort of they're censoring in, so they're sort of cutting in for a close up instead of leaving it as a wide. So even the one where she's facing with her naked breasts, as you can see in this photo here, I think the second to last photo, and then it sort of looks like they've zoomed in on the next one, so they've just done a bit of a close-up. Interesting. They have to. I noticed that when I was on that Emirates flight. You notice I didn't catch it at first, but I was watching a movie with a lot of swearing. But I thought it was an old movie. Oh, it was Whiplash. I was watching Whiplash. Great film. And there was so many moments where shit was getting flown, and he's like, the F word and the C word, and why do you think I threw that chair at your head? There was, but it was censored. So. Yeah. Usually there was
listen to me, you fudging pecker. You
flabbergasting. You know, like I was like, what? Excuse me? But you looked at their mouth and it would say like fuck, but then you would just see them go flabbergasting.
Yeah.
It was just, and I'd be like, wait a minute. So it was just so. But I understand
Isn't
that there was
there
censor
a safe version
movies.
of when Samuel L. Jackson is like, I want these motherfucking snakes off this motherfucking plane.
Yeah.
It's like, I want these motherfather snakes off this burger flipping plane. It's actually pretty funny. But yeah, censorship, man. I mean, Jesus, that's not the part I thought was funny. It's the fact that it's like multi-million-dollar Disney rubbish, pathetic. You can do better.
Totally. This links us right into Recommendation Station. The new bit. Welcome everybody to the new bit. This is the Recommendation Station. This is where we recommend what we've been doing, what we've been watching, what we've been reading, what we've been doing. It's something to us, one piece that has that we would like to recommend to everybody out there. So Noel, what is your Recommendation Station? First up is you. What do you recommend to the audience? What have you got there?
Well, how many things am I allowed? Am I allowed? I've got 3 quick ones. Is that all right, or am I only allowed 1? Is that where the rules?
Well,
work?
just tell us. Yeah, just tell us what you've been
Okay,
recommending.
cool.
What do you recommend? Just,
I recommend
nice little overview.
especially because of the recent situation that everybody's been in. Groundhog Day, brilliant film. Bill Murray.
Oh yeah,
It's kind of like
great film.
he goes to see the Puxatony Phil, the groundhog, the Philadelphia groundhog, to find out whether winter will continue for another 3 or 4 weeks, and he gets stuck in this weird loop, and so he has to relive the same day every day until he can work out how to break the loop. And it's kind of like a little bit like being in lockdown, I guess, is like gets a bit Groundhoggy Day, and it's a brilliant film. I think it's from the 80s or maybe the early 90s.
1993.
Couldn't recommend that more. Also, another
Great.
quick thing, if you haven't seen Post Malone's live stream of the Nirvana cover, that's amazing. You should go watch that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They basically play about, I don't know, so 10 or 12 Nirvana songs, and it's just Post Malone and Travis Barker, and they streamed it live, and it's bloody fantastic. So I recommend watching that. Have a few beers.
Dude, I'm definitely going to do that.
And also, comedian Tom Green. I love Tom Green. Remember Freddie Got Fingered and all that fun?
Oh, totally.
Go to check out his Instagram because he is hilarious. And those are my recommendation station recommendations.
Definitely. Well, I'm going to do that Post Malone thing because I'm actually a closet Post Malone fan, so definitely going to be doing that. And I like Nirvana as well. And then Groundhog Day, really nice. Yeah, good film. And yeah, definitely the last one.
Tom Green.
Tom Green was also on Joe Rogan's, and that was a really good clip as well.
Oh, he's hilarious, man. I swear to God, he's so funny. I love Freddie Got Fingered. Such a good film.
Oh, that's so funny, man. That's so funny. And what was the other one? Road Trip was the first time he sort of appeared on the scene, wasn't it? Like Road Trip, he just was that weird guy.
Well, he was a huge star on MTV. That's how he got famous. Yeah.
And he drinks a lot of booze now, and he's still an alcoholic. You can tell by his bloated face. So what about my recommendation station? So I have to say I have been indulging in a bit of Ricky Gervais. So I went into, of course, Afterlife 2 premiered a couple of nights ago.
Oh, yes, watch that.
Definitely watch that. It's but that's the thing. It's one of those things. It's pretty much takes on from number 1. It is very depressing. He's sticking to that because he's getting older. Dark humor, but he's getting older. Life is catching up on him. Age, death is around the corner with Ricky Gervais. So he is starting to go down the other side, and he's starting to explore death. So there's quite a bit of a spiritual thing that he's going down, but it's also just the blatant obvious. And he just the way that he describes it is like he goes, well, in The Office, he had this character which wanted to be liked, and all he did is wanted to have a hug, and that was it. David Brandt. This guy basically he's lost everything, and he just wants to die. So what's the only thing that's keeping him from not dying? Is his dog and the people around him. He doesn't like the people around him. He loves his dog. And then basically this is where it just season 2 goes. So it's the same old stuff. It's there's some really touching moments.
I have seen season 1 and I actually can't wait for season 2. I'm going to probably get into that in the next couple of days.
So I smashed through that in a night. So that was really cool. 27 minutes each one. So that was really cool.
How many episodes? 6? Usual
There's 6 again, standard 6.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so that's really cool.
Do you reckon there'll be another one after this then? He'll do a
No, he's done. He's not.
Sweet.
If he does another one, I'm going to lose respect for Ricky Gervais.
That's how you do it,
sticks.
2 and done.
Yeah, that's it. 2 and done. And he's done that for everything. The Office, Extras, Derek. No, Derek he did more. He did 3. He did 3 for Derek, which was quite interesting. I don't know why he did 3 for Derek. I think it needed 3 because the second season was a little bit weird.
Well, it depends how long the episodes are. You can't tell... maybe you can tell that story enough in 21 minutes, which is your TV half hour, or
Yeah. Oh, sorry. No, I lie. I have to fact check things nowadays, and that's one of the my new traits. Is so he only did 2. So he only did. So there we go. So he's kept that thing going. So he's only had 2 episodes. So The Office, Extras, Derek, and Afterlife. They've only done 2 seasons, and that's really good.
Ricky.
So
he's so much
yeah,
fun.
he's taken after Fawlty Towers. That's why because he loved John Cleese, and John Cleese did that. He just made a smash hit in 2 seasons. That's all you need, you know. I think that's just the way to go.
And
so that's
what was his YouTube? He's got a YouTube one where he rants as well. Can you remember?
Oh yeah, when he does his Facebook Live or he does his Facebook, Twitter live feeds, they're pretty good. I don't know what I can't remember what they're called.
The channel is
on
called. I'm just trying to find it for you now. Oh, it's called BALR in capitals. I think it's like a play on blah. BALR.
Balari?
I don't know. I don't know how you say it. I don't think it's a real word. I think he wanted to have blah and it was already taken. But yeah, that's super fun, and he's just ranting and being his Ricky self. It's good fun. It's good fun.
Good. And then my last recommendation station is I have been listening to, I don't know if you guys know him, but he's one of my favorite rappers, underground rapper of all time. His name is R.A. the Rugged Man. He's so good, man. This guy is like a bloody legend. I'm loving his new album, man. Like, it's called All My Heroes Are Dead. And it's true, and it's a very touchy. There's so many songs on this. I think it's like 22 songs. Yeah, exactly 22 songs. But each one of those, he's a lyrical genius, and he hasn't sold out to the media. That's what I love about him. He's also very underground. He raps with some of the like Cool G rap, Master Killer, Ghostface Killer, Afro. This other guy called Afro,
nice.
really good. Vinny Paz, who are these underground, Immortal Technique, Chuck D, Sean D. There's these big names that are for the underground world. Oh, dude, amazing! Some of those lyrics. There's one called "Gotta Be Dope," a song, and it's called "Gotta Be Dope," and that song is fucking dope. And it's just basically about that. You just got to be good. You got to do what you need to do and show it, and you can't say it. And that song is all about that. It's fucking amazing. There's a song called Hate Speech, is one of my favorite ones as well. And last but not least is Firstborn. Every time I hear that, it makes me want to have a child because it talks about him and his love with his first ever born child. He's left his mother, the mother of the child, but it's just about that love that he has against that child, and it's just very touching. And every time I hear it, it makes me want to have a kid. But there we go.
Well, that's good. Maybe we can post some of these links in the notes to these things if people are interested in looking
we
at
always
them,
say we will, but we never do. But yeah, let's do that.
On Facebook, we'll just be like, hey, this is this week's recommended post, blah.
See, this is all workshopping here. This is how we go.
We just do it on the fly, man.
We're doing on the fly. We're learning as we go, and that's the way to do it. We're not going to be perfect. Never will. So we just need to really just go along. Like, we don't give a shit. Like, this is how we do shit right now. We work with you guys, working together, having a conversation, and just go, maybe this is a great idea. Great, let's do it. Off the fly, let's go. We don't think about it. We don't stop and go, oh, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. Just jump. Just jump. Don't kill yourself. Don't take that like you're going to commit suicide. Just do things.
Yeah,
not literally. Thank you. Not literally.
Just in life.
Just in life. Okay, and let's move on to, are we moving? Have you got your hypothetical question?
We ain't got time for TikTok of the week or Noel's YouTube video of the week. Well, unfortunately, we're going to have to skip Jeremy Rona news. We were going to do another song review, but we ain't got time for that. And also, interesting fact, though, he copyrighted striked us for the first time.
Yeah, I know. He's starting to. He needs his money. Jeremy Renner needs his money.
That's right. So we'll review one of because Jeremy Renner's been pumping out heaps of new songs. So we're going to review one.
I've seen that.
We're going to review one next week. So we're going to get into the hypothetical question.
My favorite part of the show. If you guys are still there, you should be, as you always are. So listen in. Here we go. Hypothetical question. Let's go. Did we have one last?
Yeah, last week's hypothetical question. This week's answer. Marvel is a knocking. They had 2 roles for you. They had one role where you were going to be playing a pretty small kind of character, maybe like like a taxi driver in Deadpool, kind of small wee role. You're there for a minute or two. You've got about 2 minutes screen time, but everyone's like, great role, you really killed it. And then the other option was they had a main character for you, but unfortunately it was going to be from their new Marvel comic. I can't even remember, the new Marvel or something like that, or the new Warriors. And unfortunately, it's a very
hate speech. What are they
called? And it's called Safe Space and Snowflake. So you'll be playing one of these rubbish Marvel characters. So so it's up to you. Cool little character, bit of respect, not massive, or big payday, getting all that money. But unfortunately, get woke, go broke seems to be the trend.
Seems to be. I see where you're sort of positioning this. You're not really giving me much room. You've given me headroom on one, and the other one you're sort of, you're drowning me. But if I, I've been spending a lot of time with myself, and I wrote some notes down here, but then I instantly changed it since I've gone through this spiritual awareness moment of my life.
You're awakening.
So I'm awakened. So what I would do is I would balance it out with the other one. Yeah, sure, it would be good for my career, but the other one would ruin my career, ruin my identity of myself, and corrupt myself, and people think that I'm a piece of shit sellout, and that would be one of the best things to do. Exactly. Friendship. That'll be the end of our friendship. Exactly, which makes me want to do the other one. So I would definitely be going I would be safe space.
Wow.
Because then also, I'll go in there and go, I'll say to the director, I'll say to the director, Ron Howard, I know this is ruining my career, and the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to be losing myself and my ego in this. So throughout this whole process, I want you to tell me that I'm the worst actor ever. Every single day, and I'm going to come in here. So I think that's the way to go.
It's a lower score than Cats on Rotten Tomatoes.
Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Bad press, good press,
got
same
20
thing.
20 mil, whatever.
Exactly. And that 20 mil, I would actually give to one friend of mine, and that's it. Even though he needs it, I wouldn't give a shit. I wouldn't give it to many friends. I'll give it to one and say, look, this is all of that 20 million that I got from being safe space. And of course, they'll have to blackface me, which would be hilarious.
It's a good job that you've got that money because you could purchase new friends.
Exactly. And then I'll have a Zoom thing with them. Great. Oh, yeah.
The Zoom screen's looking pretty
fucking idiots. Okay.
Anyway,
cool.
Brilliant.
That's great
Good to know, Omar. Absolutely, you have absolutely no integrity and would sell out to the work left.
It's about getting rid of your ego. It's about, just
okay.
That's it.
All right, we'll see, because this week's hypothetical question and next week's answer kind of revolves a little bit around how we were talking about Adele's divorce and the tragedy unfolding in her life. Okay, so scenario number one. Your wife.
I'm ready for this.
Your wife is a very successful actress. She's amazing. Yeah. She's brilliant. She's got a huge
Holmes.
career. Oh, massive. Before she ended up doing nothing and having heaps of kids. Yeah, no, she's huge.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and you've got a wee little career going on, but nothing really to write home about. You're kind of like in the shadow. You're like Adele's husband. Maybe I'm like I make shoes or something. No. You're an actor. You're just not as good. Because this is when it gets awkward. You're on the red carpet and you get your little photos, and they're like, "Excuse me, Omar, could you sort of, stand to the left of it? We want to get a photo." And you're like,
gotcha.
You're in the shadow, bruv. You're like, she's a killer.
Maybe I'm just an Instagram influencer or something like that. But that's just
you're just not very. I wouldn't say very good actor. You just haven't had the same break or opportunities or whatever. You could be a successful actor, theater actor, and make $100,000 a year. And she's a multi-million-dollar.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
I got you.
I don't know if Katie Holmes is a good example. Who's a bloody killer?
What's her name? That comedian lady.
The lady from James Bond who plays.
Oh, yep.
What's her name?
Judi Dench.
She's a Judi Dench.
Maybe that's it. Maybe or it could be Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, exactly.
Kate Blanchett,
massive, huge actress, but unfortunately, awkward situations on the red carpet, things like that. Mm-hmm. And
gotcha.
And so basically,
I wouldn't mind marrying her. Actually, just thinking about it now, and our kids, one of them will be called like Raphael or something like that.
So in the end, you get divorced. And you get a big payday like Adele's
140.
husband. But unfortunately, your career never moves on after that. So you've always maintained this like sort of mediocre actor, but you're stankin' rich off of her success. Scenario number 2, you're the success story, right? You're the gleaming star. She's in your shadow, riding your coattails. A little bit. She's your bit on the side. She's got a few small deal roles like your other one, but she's in your shadow. And then, but here's the whippersnapper.
Okay.
She then divorces you. You've got married in LA. She's taken you for everything, all the money that you've earned, everything. You've had to sell your mansion. You're gonna be left with a couple of mil, but she's basically taken it all. And in California, you have to pay her half of your earnings for life.
Oh,
so this is pretty kind of tricky because either way, you're getting fucked.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. The first way, I'm not really because I've got a bit of the wealth and I'm still. Yeah, but it depends what.
No, but that won't feed your ego,
what do you
mate?
believe in?
Imagine that. Like, imagine being on the red carpet and then like, excuse me, sir, can you? What was your name again? Can you stand to the side a bit while we get a red carpet photo?
Yeah. All right, mate. But
out
of the shot
those,
completely.
They're all awkward standing there in the background. And you're like, oh, embarrassing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get back to the answer next
nice.
week. So you can. Well, I'll send you this and you can think about it and we'll go from there.
I wrote it down. Cool, guys. Okay, well, that was a great show. I really enjoyed that. We're coming to the end. This is, of course, the end. This is the end. My only friend, the end. Here it is, everybody. Welcome to the end. And we're going to leave you there. So thank you guys for coming today. This has been a really good day. We've enjoyed this. You guys keep safe out there. Keep doing whatever you need to fucking do.
Don't fucking post instruction videos of you working out. Boring.
I don't want to see you doing push-ups. I don't want to see you eating eggs and stuff. I don't want to see you doing poker things as well. There's so many people doing poker shit. Anyway, so thank you very much, Noel. Thank you for coming back. Thanks for
sweet
snorting.
As, mate. Look after yourself.
This will come out next week. But
hopefully
guys, stay safe out
be
there.
reunited soon.
Hopefully, I can't wait for that day, and we're gonna have a lot of guests. I've got people asking when can we come on the show. I'm like, I'm trying. We got to wait for this stuff. We're coming out of lockdown this week. We're gonna be doing a lot of takeout because we can do takeout. Basically, level 3 is just the same shit with takeout food, so it doesn't really matter.
And I can go surfing.
And you can go surfing. Good on you. Well done. But thank you everybody for coming out. Godspeed. Wish you well. Noel, anything else?
That's all, mate. Look after yourself, people.
Goodbye.
The information, opinions, and recommendations presented in this podcast are for general information only, and any reference on the information provided in this podcast is done at your own risk. This podcast should not be considered professional advice whatsoever. The third-party materials or content of any third-party site referenced in this podcast do not necessarily reflect the opinions, standards, or policies of the owner.